Sports Medicine is the most trusted of its kind in Northeast Indiana. That's because of the benefits our services provide you. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionists, the expert physicians at O&E, the area's only specialized athletic rehab, and the region's industry leader in sports performance, AWP. The roster coordinates your care in state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in your community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Indiana high school basketball fans. We are live, SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, Inc. Dan Vance joining me in the booth from the News Sentinel. But today we have two championship games of this SAC holiday tournament here at Wayne High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. The number 1 seed, the Homestead Lady Spartans, are taking on the number 3 seeded Carroll Lady Chargers. Of course, Homestead, coached by legendary Coach Rod Parker in his 16th year at the school, 252 wins and 110 losses in his career. He's got his club at 13-0 and 5-0 in conference, and they are flat out rolling here early in this season. Well, we're about midway through the season now on the girls' side of things here in Indiana Varsity High School basketball. They will take on the number 3 Carroll Chargers, led by our 5th-year head coach Mark Redding. He's got his kids at 11-4 and 2-2 overall in the conference. He is 58-46 in his 5 years and has his kids playing the best ball midway through the season at the right time in this 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. Well, Dan, thanks for joining us. First of all, Tim Atkinson here, SummitCitySports.com. Dan, outstanding matchup we're going to see here today. Homestead was really tested last night against Snyder, only defeating the Panthers by 7. The Chargers had a little bit easier win. Concordia with an off game, beating the number 2 seed by 9. But what do you expect here, Dan, between these two clubs?
Well, obviously Homestead's going to come in the favorite. That's been the story so far in this tournament, the story going into this tournament. But I'll tell you what, and last night showed it, that Homestead has some problems with some really stingy defenses. Concordia gave them a good game earlier this year. Snyder gave them a good game last night because their defense was so strong. This Carroll team has really developed on defense lately. Just last Wednesday, they held DeKalb to 4 second-half points, and DeKalb has a pretty prolific scorer in Leah Brown. So they're used to holding scores, and their defense is really coming around. They've won 6 straight. So I think it's going to be a much better game than they first played earlier this month. I think on December 2nd they played each other. Homestead took control of that one.
76-53, Dan, in that one.
Yeah, and so Homestead controlled that one as expected, but Carroll's a different team now. They've won 6 in a row. Like I said, their defense is coming around. So obviously Homestead has to be the favorite. Until someone beats them, you can't say that anyone's going to beat them. But this Carroll team is a very strong team. They're physical, they're aggressive, and they have a lot of diversity in what they can do. They have a lot of different scorers. They're a young team. Becca Villanueva, their senior leader, is a strong scorer, but Julia Miller stepped up a lot this year. Kelly Damon is very impressive. And I was really impressed with Lainey Steckler, played very well against Bishop Dwenger the other day on Tuesday. And so they're a team that has a lot of different options like Homestead. They mirror Homestead in a lot of ways, just a little bit younger.
Yeah, no question about it. And the one big difference, Dan, one thing Carroll doesn't have is an All-American.
Yes.
And that is Carissa McLaughlin. She is heading to Florida to be a Gator down in Gainesville next year. Her stat line is just amazing. One of the best players, girls players I have seen live in my couple years of covering the game here in Fort Wayne. But her stat line is quite amazing, nearly 25 points a game. She shoots at 45% from 3, 83% from the free throw line, 46% from the field. Averages 3.5 boards and nearly 6 assists. She'll also steal the ball. She has 3 steals a game. She's just an outstanding player. As we are just seconds away here from the starting lineups and the national anthems, we'll send you down here to the PA announcer for those.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Principal John Hauser and Athletic Director Gary Rayburn, from host Wayne continued fine support of high school athletics in Fort Wayne. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? We would like to remind you that good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. This event is for the benefit of our student athletes, and they recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith and should be respected. Fans, please remember that you are guests and you should not engage in behavior unbecoming of an adult. It is the official job to administer this contest, and the coach's job is to teach and coach the athletes. Fans should remember that unless they want to accept criticism of the way that they do their job, they should not publicly criticize officials, coaches, or players. Please be positive and refrain from derogatory or demeaning comments and cheers. We reserve the right to remove any spectator who is not promoting a family-friendly environment. Thank you for your cooperation. And now for the visiting team on the scoreboard, your Carroll Chargers and their starting lineup. Junior, 5'9", number 20, Kelly Damon. Junior, 5'8", number 22, Laney Steckler. Senior, 5'7", number 24, Leah Plummer. Junior, 5'10", number 30, Macy Miller. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Chargers, senior, 5'10", number 34, Becca Villanueva. The Chargers are coached by Mr. Mark Redding. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Homestead Spartans and their starting lineup. Senior, 5'8", number 4, Madison Parker. Senior, 5'8", number 10, Taryn Klein. Senior, 5'8", number 12, Carissa McLaughlin. Sophomore, 6 foot, number 30, Haley Swain. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Spartans, senior, 6 foot, number 34, Jasmine Geist. The Spartans are coached by
Welcome in,
Mr.
ladies and
Rod
gentlemen.
Parker.
SummitCitySports.com is live. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Be sure subscribe to our YouTube channel. Championship game right here, seconds away from tip. Your starting lineups for the Homestead Ladies Spartans: number 4, Madison Parker; number 10, Taryn Klein; number 12, Carissa McLaughlin; number 30, Haley Swing; and number 34, Jasmine Geist. For the Carroll Lady Chargers, number 20, Kelly Damon; number 22, Laney Steckler; 24, Leah Plummer; 30, Macy Miller; and number 34, Becca Villanueva. Kelly Damon and Becca Villanueva, those two right up there, lead their team in points. Damon with 12.5 and Villanueva with 11.7. Swing and Villanueva tip, and it will go down to the Lady Spartans and the All-American. And just give her the Miss Basketball in the state of Indiana right now. I think she's got it locked up already. Haley Swing with a beautiful start. Now, if Homestead's going to start like that, it's going to be hard to stop here tonight. The first basket down low to Haley Swing, the sophomore. She's surrounded by 4 seniors. here for head coach Rod Parker. Man-to-man defense, good give and go with Villanueva on the left-handed lay-in. Good start here for Carroll as well. Villanueva with the first bucket. Here's Taryn Klein. Good dribble drive baseline. Gets the hit, can't get the bucket, but will head to the line. Taryn Klein, outstanding senior. One of the four that does start here for head coach Rod Parker. Taryn Klein averages 6.5 points a game. She shoots at 83% from the charity stripe. 44% from three. Klein rattles that home. 3-2 your score. 7:18 left in this first quarter. We do play 4 8-minute quarters here in the state of Indiana. High school basketball. Taryn Klein. Klein hits a pair. Doubled up the score, does Homestead at 4-2. Here's the talented Kelly Damon, the junior. She's got a lot of swag to her game. Now up top, they swing it. Villanueva on the wing, being guarded by Swing. Steckler, Plummer. Screen and roll from Miller, maybe a double dribble. Not called. Here's Plummer. Looks for Miller, and Geist comes up with the steal on the break. Look at that burst of speed. Just awkward on that. That took it away. Geist with the steal off the rebound. Missed it on that wide open layup. You can see she just got kind of awkward on that step. Carroll came down with the board, and she'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, that could be a matchup problem for Carroll today. As strong and physical as Geist has played in this tournament and wanted the ball, that could be a matchup problem for them.
No question about it, Dan. If they get that inside-outside game going, they are going to be a huge out, not only in this tournament here in the championship game, but in the state final and the playoffs as Geist hits one. Geist, a 50% free throw shooter. She hit that last night, was pretty average on that. 6:22, good man-to-man defense. Haley Swing, they want the 5-second call, does head coach Rod Parker. That's a 3-ball. Lainey Steckler, Dan, you mentioned her in the opener. You were impressed with her last night. Starts off good again. Got a foul on that. You won't see McLaughlin hit that off the side of a backboard very often. You knew she had to take a hit on that. She'll head to the line for 2.
3 very quick fouls on Carroll here. And got to question if they're struggling to keep up with that Homestead pace. They push the ball very fast up the court, and it gets a lot of teams in foul trouble.
Yeah, no question about it, Dan. And that's kind of the strength, though, of head coach Mark Redding's squad is his depth. This is the first time here all tournament he's not going to that 4 or 5 person shift change, just a 1 sub here. McLaughlin knocks them both down. 7-5 your score. 6 minutes left in this first quarter. This is the championship game of this 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Tournament. Can she get 2? Steckler no good. Geist with the board. McLaughlin back to Parker. That's her running mate, Madison Parker. She'll head to Bowling Green, but there's Taryn Klein. No good. Rebounded by Damon. She'll look to push. Transition defense from Homestead. Very good, but Julia Miller, no good. And could have been called a travel if not for that 1 dribble by McLaughlin. 5.5 left. Madison Parker, she averages 17 a game for her father and head coach Rod Parker. Klein, 15-foot jumper. That is pure. Taryn Klein, her 4th point, 2 short of her season average. Taryn Klein, 9-5, 5:10 left. Damon feeling out the defense, goes in the corner to Steckler. Villanueva, a good flash to the post. Double team came from Geist. Backed off, came back again. Little wild shot by Villanueva. Geist comes up with the rebound. That's her 2nd. And is a foul. I believe that will be on Villanueva, and that's the 4th team foul. Clock stopped at 4:54. It is on Villanueva. That's her 1st. Callie Geiger checks in for Carroll. She's the outstanding forward out on the soccer pitch at Carroll High School. Some of the best speed you'll see out there on the field, no doubt about it. They go Geiger up top on McLaughlin. They switch it. Man-to-man defense by both clubs. Parker, good dribble drive, couldn't get it to go. The sophomore Haley swing with the board, but a jump call will go Carroll way. 9:54:39 remaining in the first. So your 5 on the floor for Carroll is Damon Dollins, Julia Miller, Callie Geiger, and Lainey Steckler. Good hedge there by Geist to give McLaughlin some time to recover defensively. Here's Dollins in the corner, Geist on her. She'll bring it out to the wing. Geiger replaces her. Callie Geiger, the dribble drive, lost the handle there though, and another steal for Geist. That's her second. Leaves it to swing. Good block by Damon. McLaughlin never saw her. Parker left wide open. You can't leave her. Madison Parker with her first triple. Biggest lead for Homestead, 12-5 with under 4 minutes to go. Julia Miller in the corner. Stagnant on offense, led to the turnover on the wild pass. Turnover for Carroll. We'll go back to Homestead. And a timeout called by head coach Mark Redding. 30-second timeout on the floor. Good start here for Homestead. 4 team fouls here on Carroll early. Dan, what'd you hear so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, Haley Swing on defense right now. She came out guarding Becca Villanueva. It was an interesting matchup, but she's done an extremely good job on defense to hold Villanueva, the senior leader, the top scorer for Carroll. She's going to be big in this game. If Swing can step up consistently when they double down on McLaughlin or Parker or Geist, that's going to be a huge key for Homestead and to getting away with the big lead in this one.
So 12-5 your score, 3:45 left in the first. Callie Geiger one-on-one here with McLaughlin. Madison Parker, Damon on her, wants Geist down low. Beautiful lead pass and a beautiful dribble drop pass to Klein. No good. McLaughlin with the board, stolen. And put it back in. McLaughlin with her 4th point, 14-5 your score. Swing on Geiger up top, Julia Miller. That's Dollins. Dollins, that's what they needed. A little life here, breaking the momentum for Homestead for a bit. Nearly came up with the steal, did Damon. Good pushback, 3-ball, Carissa McLaughlin. She loves going to that move, that step back 3, outstanding. (17-8) your score. 2:52 left in the first. Julia Miller, can she answer? She can't. Boarded by Jasmine Geist. That's her 3rd. McLaughlin. So that step back. This time Geiger stayed with her. Madison Parker, 3-ball. Second 3-ball for Madison Parker. Now 6 points, 28 your score. 2:29 left. No good. Rebounded by McLaughlin. She looks to push. Left elbow, fakes it, and pass to Klein in the corner. You mentioned it, Dan. That's huge for Homestead. Taryn Klein now with 7 points, a 3-ball, 23-18 your score.
A possession like that, you got to wonder if fatigue sets in. Carroll didn't get everybody up the court real quick that time.
Good look, and Geist can't finish, gets her own board, put back in, 1. Jasmine Geist couldn't finish on the dime from McLaughlin, gets her own board and puts it back, and 1. She'll head to the line now for the chance at the 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good offense for Homestead. They get up the court very well, and Carroll's got to get back on defense. And right now, Homestead is getting some 5-on-4 breaks, some 5-on-3 breaks, and Carroll can't let that happen.
Yeah, no question about it, Dan. Now Geist to the line, trying to convert on that 3-point play. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by number 24, Leah Plummer. 25-8 will stay at, 1:50 left. 3-ball, Becca Villanueva off right. Battle for the board comes down to the freshman, Sydney Graver, who just checked in with Kara Geely, along with McLaughlin Parker. Here's Geely, 3-ball. They hit you from so many angles. Another 3-ball. Kara Geely, 1, 2, 3. the third scorer to hit a 3-ball, 2 for Parker, 1 Klein, and a 1 for Healy. Let's not forget about McLaughlin's as well. Outstanding start for Homestead, up 20. Minute and a half left here in this first quarter. What a start.
We know we talked about that Carroll defense improving, but I'll tell you right now, they just look sluggish. You don't realize until you get out here how hard playing 3 games in 3 days is. You know, a lot of these girls do this in the summertime on the AAU circuit, but let's face it, AAU, you take some defensive trips off, and you can't take defensive trips off here, so they get tired quicker playing 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah, there's no question about it. This does a lot on these young kids. I don't care how many games you play in the summer, what have you. This takes a toll. There's no question about it. You just got to give it to these student athletes for continuing to go after this title here at Wayne High School. Carroll with the ball, minute 27 left. Parker, Coach Parker in disbelief over there. Going away, but she'll hand off. Steckler, good hands by McLaughlin, comes up with the steal. That's her first and the easy lay-in. Carissa McLaughlin now with 9 points, averages nearly 25 a game. Any other team that she'd be on, Dan, I really believe that she could average over 30 points if she wanted to take the amount of shots.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly a turnover, comes back Villanueva, guarded by Geist. Geist and Graber, both in the game at the same time. I love this twin tower look from head coach Rod Parker. Under a minute left in the first quarter. 30-8 is your score. Homestead looking for that title. They get a hand from their stands right behind us. In the corner, Leah Plummer, they need it. Fort Rim no good, gets her own board. Steckler, good ball movement. Damon, they pop it to Villanueva. Villanueva right back with Damon. They switch it up. Now Damon. Move it to the wing up top. Plummer swing to the near side. Villanueva, good dribble drive in the paint into traffic, and Graber just ripped it away. McLaughlin has Geely, but didn't stop the ball, and that led to the easy lay-in. 5 seconds on the clock. Nearly blocked by Graber, but Plummer came back, and head coach Rod Parker about passed out in fury there. Dan, at the end of one, 32-10. But that's what makes him so good. As a head coach, he does not give up on any play. He expects perfection every possession, whether it's offensively or defensively.
Oh, yeah, he expects that rotation. It doesn't matter if there's 4 minutes left in a quarter or 4 seconds left in a quarter. He expects you to get that rotation back and stop that break.
No question about it. Well, this is SummitCitySports.com. We'll have both your broadcasts here live from Wayne High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page and make sure you follow it as well, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Big shout out to athletic director and host of this tournament, Gary Raber and staff. Outstanding job here at Wayne High School putting on this holiday tournament. Started the day after Christmas, running through today. 18 games. As we are done with one quarter with your score 32-10. Homestead Ladies Spartans flexing their muscle here early against the number 3 seed Carroll Lady Chargers. They'll start with possession. Lauren Selking, Carissa McLaughlin, Sydney Graber, Kara Geely, and Madison Parker. Here's McLaughlin. She'll pull it out and set it up. Geely lost. That was a double dribble there. She picked the ball up, not called, and no argument either from the Carroll coaching staff. Board comes down to Steckler, looks up, and the steal by McLaughlin. That's her second steal. Look at that hesitation dribble off glass. Are you kidding me? 34-10, Carissa McLaughlin. 13 points on the game, and Madison Parker with the steal. One-on-one on Villanueva, left-handed layup, can't get it to go, but great hustle by Selking, blocked, but a foul on Carroll. Selking, great hustle, not giving up, not just expecting the lay-in by Parker, she missed it. Selking with the board, put back is fouled. She will shoot 2. Julia Miller in for Carroll. Kelly Damon will sit for the first time of the game. 7:17 on the clock left in the half. Soaking knocks it down, 35-10. Homestead stays in the man-to-man. Steckler hands the Plummer up top. Julia Miller guarded by McLaughlin. Dollins. Where's the offense going to come from here? Dollins blocked by Graber. And gets it to McLaughlin. Heads up play by the freshman. Homestead now looking to push on this 25-point edge. Parker, good recovery by Julia Miller, and then off the leg was the pass thrown. Klein, good hustle down on the ground. McLaughlin, good knock away by Steckler and knocked it off the leg of McLaughlin. We'll go to Carroll. 6:37 on the clocks. 35-10 your score.
Andy Myers into charge of
6:37 left in this second quarter. Leah Plummer checks out. So your 5 for Carroll, Villanueva, Julia Miller, Andy Myers, Lainey Steckler, and Dollins, Isabel Dollins. Myers, good pump fake, goes to the bucket. May have been partially blocked by Graber. Comes down to McLaughlin, hands it to Parker. She pushes. Back to McLaughlin. Tough shot, can't get it to go, and rebounded by Myers. Good rebound by the junior. Now hands to Villanueva. 35-10, 6 minutes left in the second. Out to the wing to Myers. Bad spacing there for Carroll. Villanueva and Miller both went to the block on that play. Good scoop up and in by Miller with the right hand. Julia Miller, she can definitely add that scoring, Dan, here for Coach Mark Redding.
Yeah, she's really stepped up lately. The last couple of games before this holiday tournament, Miller's been one of their prime scorers and really showing some diversity in her game that she hadn't shown in the past.
And the turnover. Here comes Villanueva, 2-on-2. Nice hesitation, dribble, got her all the way to the cup, but can't finish. Right down to Myers, no finish. Ball loose, back to Myers. Ball on the ground, pulled out by Steckler. Check it, that was Dollins to Steckler. They swing it to Miller, back rim no good. That would have been huge for momentum's sake. Down 35-12, 5:10 left. Madison Parker, Graber, Selking. Good ball movement to Klein. Coach Parker wants it set up here. Taryn Klein, guarded by Myers. Up top, Selking. Dollins on her. They swing it to McLaughlin. Beautiful look to Graber with the easy lay-in. Sydney Graber flashed from that far block to the near side. McLaughlin found her beautifully for the easy bucket. Sydney Graber, the freshman, averages 4 points a game and 5 boards. She'll take it with a block, nearly a block and a half as well. She's an outstanding prospect, is Sydney Graber, the freshman. Out of bounds will stay with Carroll. Jasmine Geisen and Haley Swing will check in, and here comes your line change for Carroll. Kimes, Macy Miller, Leah Plummer, Callie Geiger, and Kelly Damon, your 5 for Carroll. 4.5 minutes remaining in the half. SummitCitySports.com is live. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Rubs the screen off. Now to Geiger. Geiger picked up the dribble, hits it in the corner. Had Myers open, but McLaughlin comes up with her third steal. She looks to push. Look at that spin move, but knocked down. No foul called. Coach Parker looks on in disbelief as McLaughlin tripped up hard to the floor. No call. And the turnover, she heads up, holding her hip, looks to be okay. Keeps taking hits, keeps on going. McLaughlin with 13, that's the game high here with 4 minutes remaining in the half. 37-12. No team fouls on Homestead. They play defense with their feet, not their hands. And you can see it on the scoreboard right here as the Carroll faithful with a little sarcastic cheer there, Dan, on the first team foul.
Yeah, it's been one of those tournaments where you see a lot of complaints about the number of fouls, but I actually think it's been a very well refereed tournament.
Geiger out on the wing. 4 minutes remaining here in the half. Down 25, wide open. That's a 2-foot on the line. Got the roll. Real bouncy rims here at Wayne. That one did drop. Here's Klein. 2-3 zone here for the Lady Chargers as they will move it in and out. Here's Klein. Look for guys. This went to Geely. Geiger with her length got a piece of it, knocked out of bounds by Damon. It'll stay with Homestead. 3:30 left on the clock. 37-14. Madison Parker set to check in. She does. She has 6 on a pair of triples. And Carrie Geely will check out. Geely, just a sophomore, plays a lot of minutes here for head coach Rod Parker off the bench. One of the 8 that he goes to here pretty regularly. Here's Klein. So your starters back on the floor for Homestead. Guys, good dribble drive, left hand, can't get it to go. And knocked out of bounds, we'll go to Carroll. 37-14, 3:13 on the clock. Carroll, run out of chances here in this half to get some momentum going. Like to cut this lead down at least, below 20 if you could, to get a little momentum, confidence going into halftime. Damon, 3-ball, they need it. Airballed it, and that was McLaughlin on the recovery, getting a hand in the face. She's an outstanding defensive player as well as an offensive scorer as Geiger checks out. Emma Lubehusen in for Carroll. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin up top. Good cut off the ball by Swing, and McLaughlin found her easily. 39-14, Haley Swing with the bucket. She now has 4. 39-14, 2:30 left in the half. Plummer. Kimes, Lubehusen, and that's a push on the sophomore Haley Swing. Second team foul, that'll be her first. Will inbound underneath the basket. Baseline here for Homestead, for Carroll. 2:27 remaining in the half. SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Carroll needs a bucket this trip. Oh, you like to see Damon go back cut right there as Myers dribbled right at her. McLaughlin comes up with another steal. That's her 4th on the push. She created numbers and found guys. Couldn't get it to go. And rebounded by Carroll out to Lubehusen. Damon. Good behind the back dribble, pull up from 15, bottoms. Kelly Damon, Dan, you mentioned it. She is an outstanding player, just a junior. She'll be back for head coach Mark Redding, as a lot of these Lady Chargers will be.
Yeah, Damon's definitely going to be one of the better players in this city next year, and she's been strong for him for a couple of years. Last year as a sophomore, she had a really great campaign as well.
McLaughlin misses the baseline jumper. 39-16 we stay. Minute and a half left. Macy Miller, Damon. Kicks it in the corner. Long on the 3, rebounded by Geist. McLaughlin looks to push. McLaughlin, she'll rise up from 3. Can't get it to go. And foul over the back by Jasmine Geist. Just her first, has managed to stay out of foul trouble here, Dan, which she's had trouble of staying out of foul trouble, has Jasmine Geist.
Yeah, there's times where Jasmine Geist just kind of rushes herself a little bit. She's so much faster and more agile than a lot of girls inside in this conference, and we've seen it even a little bit here today, having some point-blank layups that she's missed.
Yeah, no question about it. Minute 15 remaining in the half, 39-16. Miller, nice screen on Geely. But recovery, here's Damon. I'd like to see Damon take it right in, and can't get it to go, but that's aggressiveness that you like to see. Lubehusen with the rebound and the putback with her first bucket. 41-18 is your score. We'll double check that score. It is 41-16. Good lay-in by McLaughlin with 35 on the clock. What a tough player. 43-16. And a foul on Homestead, 26-8 on the clock. McLaughlin with 15 now.
That foul was on Haley Swain, her second, team 4.
Haley Swain picks up the foul, her second.
Isabel Dowling.
Dowlins checks in for Macy Miller. Inbound near side, Julia Miller. Leaves it for Miller. Lubehusen. Up top, Dollins. Three ball from deep with 2 on the clock. McLaughlin with the rebound. Three-quarter court shot, no good. 41-18 is your score at the half. Homestead in control, looking for that win here at the finals against the number 3 seed Carroll Lady Chargers. They'll go into the break 41-18. We'll hear a word from our sponsor, Parkview Sports Medicine. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Wayne High School here on the south side. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play, being joined by the new Sentinel, Dan Vance. Dan, very good first half for Homestead. Could have been even worse for the Lady Chargers. A little life there towards the end, but just a mounting task here against this number 17 team in the country, according to the USA Today. 41-18. Is the score into the break. Dan, what'd you see there in the half?
Well, Homestead has done everything that they normally do. They've just done it to near perfection in that first half. You'd like to think that you can stop a couple of the things, a couple of their varied options, and they didn't really get a chance to do that much in the first half. When you get someone like Chris McLaughlin out on the break, she's dangerous. She has 15 points in the first half. But not only that, she's creating for her team. Her steal total is up. She's getting out in transition. Her court vision has been exceptional. And finding wide open baskets or attempts at baskets sometimes for Homestead. So when you got McLaughlin clicking on all cylinders, it's very difficult to handle the Homestead Spartans. And behind her, they've gotten a lot of open shots. Gilly hitting some shots, Parker hitting shots. Geis still looking strong inside, even though she missed a couple there. Taryn Klein hit some open shots. So there's so many options for Homestead, and unfortunately for Carroll, every single one of those options is hitting right now. So that's going to be a difficult task for Carroll in the second half.
Yeah, no question, Dan. It's a mounting task. I mean, anybody playing, that's what was so impressive about the Snyder Lady Panthers and their defensive effort last night, holding Homestead under, make sure I got the right, under 60 points, 59-52. They average nearly 73 a game. So, you wouldn't say, wow, it was so great. But if you watch that game, that was one of the best defensive efforts that I've seen in the 2 years of really covering these Homestead Lady Spartans.
And people don't hold Homestead to that low of a point total. The only time they've been held to in the 50s this year were by Notre Dame Academy out of Ohio just a week or so ago. And that was a game where Homestead actually struggled a lot more for the field, more than Notre Dame Academy held them down. And then, of course, they only scored 50 points a season low when they played Concordia, and Concordia had played out of their minds on defense in that game. So it's tough to hold Homestead to such few points.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They come at you from so many angles is the problem. Let's just take a look at their stat lines. The two backcourt mates in Madison Parker and Crystal McLaughlin. McLaughlin heading to Florida University, and Madison Parker to Bowling Green. McLaughlin, as I mentioned, nearly 25 points a game, and dropped 6 assists. That's just crazy to me. Madison Parker, she shoots at 47% from 3, 90% from the free throw line. 50% from the field. Nearly 5 assists, nearly 2.5 steals. It's insane the amount of production those two players have, but it's not just them. You add the sophomore and Haley Swing, 3.5 points a game, 4 boards, but they're so important. Sydney Graber, the freshman, Jasmine Geis with her 8 points and nearly 7 points. They're outstanding players, and the team effort, and not only that, they execute their offense to perfection almost every trip down the court, and that has a lot to do with their head coach, Rod Parker.
Oh, yeah, if you watch him each and every possession, Coach Parker is almost like he's moving chess pieces. He lets them know where to go, stays calm with them, and really executes what he wants for them. And so they execute back. You know, when you have a head coach that stays calm and can help you through things and talk you through where you need to be, it shows. And it shows in how good they've been for several years. And the reality that's unfortunate for a lot of teams in this area is they're very young behind those 4 seniors. You know, a lot of sophomores, 3 freshmen on their roster, although Sydney Graber is the one that plays the most. Katie Felger, another freshman, who's a pretty strong guard. Riley Parker, another strong freshman for them coming up. So they have a lot of girls, freshmen, sophomores on their roster. Lauren Selking, who gets some minutes right now, the only junior on their varsity roster. So they're going to be strong for a long time to come.
Yeah, they just keep coming at you. As you mentioned, all those players. Last year, their freshman squad went undefeated. No, their JV squad went undefeated last year. That just tells you, you know, now don't get us right. The trying to replace McLaughlin and Parker, you can't do that. I mean, those are, you know, especially McLaughlin. She's a generational type of player and talent, and Madison Parker is an elite level D1. You know, is a D1 athlete. So, but the players that they have coming back, it's not only guards. They have a mixture of guards and size, as you mentioned, coming here right down the pipe. So it's pretty impressive what head coach Rod Parker, athletic director Joe Updegrove have going here in their was it second year in the Summit Athletic Conference for Homestead and Carroll, as they continue to push the rest of the 8 teams in the Summit Athletic Conference to be the best at all times. Because if they're not, they're going to get beaten. They're going to get taken over by the Carrolls and the Homesteads of the conference.
This is true. And the second half is going to be a really interesting time in the season for these teams. Homestead has some really tough games coming up for them. They go on Tuesday down to Lawrence North. Lawrence North gave them a really good game up here last year, so it'll be a really interesting game for them. And then you go down to January 6th, and they have Southside. That's a matchup that we didn't get to see this year in the tournament. There's some intrigue as to what Southside can bring for them. And January 13th, they head over to Fort Wayne Snyder, and that was a game where we didn't know what we were expecting. Right. But after last night, that game is going to be huge for Homestead, and I think you're going to see a capacity crowd because now Snyder is the team that maybe could beat Homestead.
Right. It's given everybody that hope. Everybody loves to see a dominant team, but what they love more than that is to see a dominant team get upset. And it's nothing better in sports than that upset. That game is being played at Snyder, I believe.
Yeah.
So at Snyder, crowd will be hype. I am telling you that. It's going to be dynamic to see what happens the rest of this season. But we got about 2.5 minutes left of this halftime break here, Dan. We'll take a short break here. A word from our sponsors. Tim Atkinson here with SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter. We are live from Wayne High School. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. Coming to you live from Wayne High School, the site of the 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. Homestead Lady Spartans on top big here, 41-18. Behind the 15 points of Carissa McLaughlin. Also has 4 steals and 3 boards. She is a stat machine here for head coach Rod Parker. And the Homestead Lady Spartans are really rolling. They are looking for their second straight holiday tournament title and their second as many chances as Dan and I were talking about there before the commercial break. Second year for Carroll and Homestead in the Summit Athletic Conference, which is really pushing all the other schools and is definitely just adding to the firepower of this already outstanding conference, which is based here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, also the home of SummitCitySports.com. I'd like to thank Sports Center, Inc., who's Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center, Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. So as we get ready for the second half, 2 more 8-minute quarters set in front of us. Obviously, Carroll's got to come out with some intensity and a lot of emotion to try to get back in this game, but it's going to come from the defensive end. They're going to have to cause some turnovers, get into the passing lane and getting out in the break to get some easy buckets, because once this Homestead defense gets settled in and set up, they are extremely tough to score on. As opposing teams, they are under 40 points, but that's the start, what they needed. Dollins with the bucket. She now has 5. And out of bounds will stay with Homestead. 41-20 your score. 7:36 remaining in this third quarter. Parker looked to inbound on her baseline. So Coach Redding comes up with a different lineup to start the second half. Dollins, Damon, Steckler, Julia Miller, and Villanueva. Taryn Klein left wide open. And one, Taryn Klein hits the triple and will head to the line for the opportunity at the 4-point play. Taryn Klein drains it. That's Klein's second triple of the game. She averages 6.5. They're saying that was after the shot, I believe. Weird call there as Parker now will bring it up top. 7:15 left in the third. 44-20 is your score. Guys, so try to back in on Dollins. Leaves it out Parker. Parker with Villanueva on her. Little grabby, finds McLaughlin. Villanueva and Parker get a little intense on that far side. McLaughlin, good look down to swing, and Julia Miller with the kick. We'll reset it here for Homestead. 6:56 on the clock. Parker wants Geist on that block, can't find her. Here's McLaughlin, hands it right back Parker. Parker, curl dribble, Klein, can she hit another? Top of the key, can't get the roll. Down to Damon. Damon looked to push. No numbers. Hesitation dribble. Julia Miller finds Steckler. Wide open 3. Can't get it. Villanueva with the board. Good dribble drive. And knocked away by Geist. Will stay with Carroll. 44-20. 6:37 remaining in the third quarter. Dollins looking to inbound. One Villanueva goes up top. Damon nearly picked by swing. Damon will just rise up from 3 and nails it. I'm telling, she's got a lot of skill, does the junior. Kelly Damon, outstanding player. Needs to put up more shots, in my opinion. That's her 5th point. 44-23 your score. 6:18 on the clock here in the third. McLaughlin wanted to go baseline. Now goes in the paint with the left-handed finger roll, no good. Good board by Dollins. Izzy Dollins went up strong with 2 hands and pulled it down. 44-23, 6 minutes on the clock. Damon crossover. Julia Miller. Emma Lubahusen looking to check back in on the next dead ball for head coach Mark Redding. Down low, good look and finish. Julia Miller on the catch and the bucket. Now with 4 and a timeout called by head coach Rod Parker. Not liking what he's seeing out of the break. 44-25, 5:49 remaining here in this third quarter. A 30-second timeout. This is SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So 44-25, down under 20 for the first time in a while, at least early in that second quarter. $19 points, 5:49 left in the third. Swing, McLaughlin, Geist, Klein, and Parker for Homestead. Man-to-man defense for Carroll. Comes the screen. What a steal by Villanueva. 2-on-1 break. Villanueva and knocked away by McLaughlin. Outstanding play. Carissa McLaughlin saves the layup. Out of bounds to Carroll. Just some more of the skill on display. for Carissa McLaughlin. Now out to Damon. Like to see her get a screen here from Villanueva and just rise up. Julia Miller, Damon on the wing. Dollins, good recovery by Jasmine Geist. Emma Lubehusen, out Julia Miller. Near side Damon. Villanueva went back cut, no good there. Went behind the back, Jasmine Geist comes up with it, and McLaughlin keeps it alive. That's 3 steals for Geist. Now back to McLaughlin. 5 minutes in the third. McLaughlin looks down to swing. Back to Klein, up top Parker. Dribble drive, left elbow, now leaves it to Klein. Taryn Klein on fire here this afternoon in this championship game. Taryn Klein with her third 3. And now 13 points. 47-25, back to a 22-point game. Geist goes for the board, pulled down by Parker, and we have a foul on Izzy Dollins. That'll be her first.
Her third, team second.
And that is the team's second. Chris McLaughlin. Goes right by Damon. That's what's troubling about pressing up on her right over the timeline, because she can give you the blow-by on the dribble as she did there. Took it all the way into the paint and is fouled. Foul is on Villanueva, and McLaughlin will head to the line. She will shoot 2. She is an 83% free throw shooter, knocks down on the first. McLaughlin with 16 now, that's a game high. McLaughlin with a pair. 17 points, 4:20 left in this third quarter. SummitCitySports.com is live. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Wayne High School, the side of the 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Tournament. Good look to Izzy Dollins. Oh, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Geist. Her 5th. McLaughlin. Klein left open again. Villanueva on McLaughlin. You may not want to come out that far. Parker. Geist, they want to swing it around the horn. They do to Klein. They look for swing to flash. Klein picked up the dribble. Now back to Parker. And a foul on the jump shot. I believe they'll hit that on Lubehusen. 3:43 on the clock. 49-25 your score. And Madison Parker, one of the best free throw shooters in the area, 90% from the charity stripe, hits the first one. Half a hundo now for Homestead. Here comes the mass subs for Carroll. Geiger, Plummer, Kalanji, Kimes, and Macy Miller. Parker, second attempt. Hits it, 51-25, 3:43 left. Madison Parker now with 8. That's half her average. Geiger, Graber on her. Kimes, Geiger, she can hit the 3 ball, corner, got it. Callie Geiger with the 3. Little life here for Carroll. 3:20 on the clock, 51-28. McLaughlin left alone. Tried to find Graber, knocked away, and the steal by Carroll. Plummer, she'll look to bring it up, finds Kalanji. Kalanji, good crossover all the way to the cup and got the bucket. Nice play by Jasmine Kalanji. Gets the bucket, 51-30, under 3 minutes. Good feed to Geist. And can't get the bucket, but will head to the line. Jasmine Geist loves to go over that left shoulder to the right hand. That's kind of a leaning jump hook that she likes to go to. And we'll head to the line now to shoot 2. Jasmine Geist. 48% from the charity stripe. Hits the first of 2. Now 2 of 5. Klein out. Kara Geely in. Geist hits them both. 53-30 is your score. Geist now with 5 points, And most impressively, only one foul, giving Rod Parker all the minutes possible here. Good talk by Jasmine Geist with Sydney Graber there. Talked her all the way through that screen. That is the defensive key, kids watching this. Defense is mostly about moving your feet and communication. So there's a foul, two-shot foul. Callie Geiger giving you a lift here for Carroll if you're head coach Mark Redding. As Geist picks up the foul, her second, the team second. Check it, teams first. Geiger to the line to shoot two. Can't spin in the first. 53-30 will stay at 2:26 on the clock left in this third. Coach Mark Redding pulls this a lot. No rebounders. Geiger back rim, no good. 53-30. Madison Parker, far side. McLaughlin. Geiger staying with McLaughlin. Look at her feet move. Jumper from the left elbow, no good by Parker. And Sydney Graber, the heads up knockoff. Will stay with possession. Sydney Graber, smart heads up play by the freshman. 53-30, 2:11 remaining in the third. Nice play on the inbounds, and McLaughlin finishes. That inbounds play ran to perfection to Carissa McLaughlin, found by Madison Parker. Drops in the bucket, 55-30. McLaughlin with 19. Three ball, no good. From Kimes, here comes Geely, leaves it. McLaughlin, three, no good. Geely, Graber, 15-foot jumper, back rim, no good. Battle for the board comes down to Geist. There's that leaner, no good, but she'll head back to the line. 1:37 left in this third. Beautiful board by Geist. That is on Macy Miller, her third and the team sixth. Geist back to the line. Does get the roll on that one. 3 straight free throws makes by Jasmine Geist. 56-30. Selking checks in for Homestead. Geist looking good from the free throw line there. 4 straight now that she's dropped in. 57-30, minute and a half remaining. Kimes. She'll bring it up, has Macy Miller, Steckler, Geiger, and Kalanji. Check it, not Steckler, that's Plummer. Geiger, dribble drive, leaves it to Kalanji. Left-handed dribble, left-handed hook, goes glass. Jasmine Kalanji, a little bit of life right here for Carroll. Nice take to the cup and finish, but answered right back for Madison Parker. Just a matter of time. She hits her third. Now with 11 points, 60-32 your score. It's the biggest. Geiger blocked by Graber, but a foul. Good aggressiveness there for Sydney Graber. Even better take for Geiger. Head coach Rod Parker letting the referee know that's just a soft call. Says it with the ire of a smile as well. 60-33, we're under 1 minute left in this third quarter. This is the final game, the championship. Can Homestead win 2 in a row? These are the 2 brand new schools to the Summit Athletic Conference, their second year in the conference. Look down low to Graber, she wasn't ready for the pass. 45 seconds on the clock, turnover. 60-34, 40 seconds on the clock. Geiger, got it, Callie Geiger. Huge minutes for head coach Mark Redding. You see the skill and ability. Callie Geiger knocks in the triple. Now with 8 points. As she averages 4.5. Steal from Geiger, 15 seconds. 60-37. Geiger leaves it. Nice push, but that was blocked by Geely. Rebound by Selking. 8 seconds. Coach Parker, Selking knocked away. And a foul. And that will be the 17th foul. We'll have a 1-and-1. with 3.7 seconds on the clock. Carroll down 23 here in this third quarter, 3.7 seconds remaining. Selkin can't hit the front end, rebounded by Geiger, and a foul on Graber, I do believe. Callie Geiger, outstanding minutes though here in this championship game for Carroll. Coming off the bench, as I mentioned, in my opinion, a future all-state forward on the pitch in soccer. As that would have been good if it went for Kimes, no good. So at the end of 3, your score, the Homestead Lady Spartans 8 minutes away for the title for 2 years straight, 60-37. SummitCitySports.com is live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com live for all 18 games of the 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Basketball Tournament. Right here from Wayne High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of SummitCitySports.com as well. The number 1 seed Lady Spartans from Homestead, number 17 in the country, number 1 in Class 4A in all of the state of Indiana. On top and in control, 8 minutes away from their second straight SAC Holiday Tournament. We'll bring Dan Vance back in here from the News Sentinel. Dan, better third quarter for Carroll, but just can't break through. Cut it to 19, but could never get within that. Just not enough here against this firepower of Homestead.
Yeah, the aggression was definitely there in the third quarter. That wasn't there early. They revved it up a little bit, but like you said, they've dug themselves too big of a hole early on.
Carroll with possession. On the floor, Julia Miller, Kelly Damon, Izzy Dollins, Kimes, and Villanueva. Dollins will leave it to Kimes. Alyssa Kimes, near side, Julia Miller. In the corner, Izzy Lute. Dollins can't get the triple, but her stroke is pure. You can tell from the shot, the junior. Another one of those juniors be back for head coach Mark Redding. Good back cut. McLaughlin can't get it to go, gets her on board, and a travel. Travel is the call on the floor. We'll go back to Carroll on the turnover. 60-37, 7 minutes remaining. Damon. Now to Dollins in the corner, Kimes. And a foul called on Homestead on Taryn Klein. That is her first and the team's fourth. Up top, Julia Miller, good skip pass in the corner to Dollins. Looks to Villanueva, left elbow. Dribble drive, tried to back it in, now Julia Miller. Dollins, she won't hesitate. Back rim, no good, battle for the board comes to Villanueva. Villanueva thought out the contact, no good, and a rebound by Geist. Jasmine Geist with the board. She averages nearly 6.5 a game. McLaughlin Parker wide open for 3 from the wing. Spun out on her, 6:20 on the clock and out of bounds. We'll stay with Homestead. 60-37 is your score. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is game 1 of 2 here today. Both finals being played at Wayne High School, as all 18 games are. As that's blocked, and Damon comes up with it, then a foul on Homestead. But we do have the boys' final, 8:15 tonight. We will be live. The number 1 seed, the Northside Legends, they will take on the number 2 seed, the Homestead Spartans. What a game last night. We saw Dan with Homestead and Snyder led by Malik Williams. I believe he had 25 points, but Jack Ferguson for Homestead on the boys' side, the number 2 seed, to beat Snyder 64-59. Had a heck of a game for head coach Chris Johnson last night.
Oh, he absolutely did. And Ferguson is a dangerous player. He's an SAC caliber player and always has been, and comes in and he can get up and down the court. In the summer in the AAU circuit, his team is lethal. He plays for a team called Total Package Elite, and they're just lethal by doing that. Parker Mangus plays for that team that's also from Homestead. So does Brandon Rennell. And Ferguson is really showcasing why he's one of the toughest players to guard in this city.
Yeah, Total Package Elite ran by Homestead alumni Chase Sanders. As Geis takes it to the cup, she'll take the hit and one. Jasmine Geis has such an uncanny ability of feeling out that contact and getting the ball at least up on the glass and have a chance at the three-point play. She gets that chance here. Jasmine Geist hits her 10th point. Geist with an outstanding game here this afternoon in the championship. Lubehusen stops, back to Damon. Near side, Julia Miller, she likes the 3 ball. That's why, because she could flat out hit it. She is a great, outstanding outside shooter. Julia Miller is who I'm talking about, number 33. She shoots it 40% from beyond the arc. McLaughlin, talk about a 3-point shooter, couldn't get that one to go, but no, weak side rebounding for Carroll, and the easy putback for Haley Swing. Coach Redding, he's going to be most upset about that. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy. It looks like we got another line change from him there. Definitely not happy with his defense on that effort.
And another turnover. Here comes McLaughlin and Homestead. They will not stop. And they're going to call foul on the floor as McLaughlin was heading right to the cup. 65-40 your score. Foul on Lubehusen. Here comes the shift change for the Chargers. Graber and Geely in for Homestead. 65-40. McLaughlin, 83% from the charity stripe, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Can't get the roll on that. She'll stay at 20 points. That is the game high, 66-40, your score. Knocked out of bounds by McLaughlin. So active in the passing lanes with her hands and feet. One of the best defenders one-on-one that you'll see. Inbound now, Geiger. Geiger with great minutes here for head coach Mark Redding. Plummer, good cut. They got to go back up top. Macy Miller, they swing it Geiger. Geiger on that far wing to Plummer. Plummer baseline dribble drive. Geely stays with. And Parker with the steal. Madison Parker averages 2 a game. Up to Geely and a travel. Just didn't get the ball down quick enough is the call. Bang, bang play call over there on that far side. We'll go with it. 4:16 left in this fourth. 66-40. Homestead looking for their second straight. SAC Holiday Tournament title. They were defeated in semi-state action in the opening round of semi-state action last year down at Kokomo against the Penn Lady Kingsmen. So they have a chip on their shoulder this year and are 13-0 and 5-0 in the conference as Plummer hits the 3. But they have something to prove here this year, no doubt about that. Talking with some of the players, they feel that nothing has been accomplished at all without that state title. Good reverse lay-in by Jasmine Geist. You see some of the skill level there from the senior Jasmine Geist.
There's that agility we talked about earlier. It's a conference that's full of a lot of really strong inside players, but Geist is more agile than most of them. Most of them can't do what she just did.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. She is very good. Can find the cracks down there in the post, no doubt. Geiger stopped by Graber. It's a matchup you'll see for the next couple of years, Geiger and Graber, as that one is saved. Kimes, dribble drive, left-handed floater, back rim no good, rebounded by Geely, has Parker on her right wing, decides to go to McLaughlin on the left wing, hesitation dribble, that got her right to the basket, can't get it to go, a little contact, and here comes Carroll, under 3 minutes remaining in this championship game. Steckler, Macy Miller down low, haven't seen many touches down low for Macy Miller, and that's definitely her strong spot, is on the block either side. Macy Miller gets the bucket, and so shocking, that is her first points. Talk about defense as Madison Parker hits another three. Madison Parker averages 17 a game. That's her 4th-3 of the contest, 14 points now. Missed at point-blank range, and Geis smartly finds her guard in McLaughlin. 2:15 on the clock. There's that hesitation dribble, goes baseline. Graber, nice ball. That was great ball movement on the catch. Didn't put it low, took it above over her head, Dan, and right up on the glass for the easy lay-in. So many bigs like to bring that ball down to the small guards, and is usually swiped. Not that time for Sydney Graber.
She's very careful inside. I've noticed that in the several games I've seen her play this year. She feints before she moves, and that's a huge key for post players.
So substitution, all 5 come out and replaced with a big standing ovation here from the Homestead faithful. On the floor now for Homestead, number 14, Sophia Buck, number 22, Riley Norton, number 20, Lauren Selking, number 42, Bree Lucas, and number 24, Riley Parker, the freshman. Good look to Selking from Lucas, and finishes. That's what we talked about a little earlier, Dan, was the depth that they have here at the Homestead program. The cupboard is not bare once McLaughlin, Parker, Geist, and Klein leave. They still got some talent here at Homestead.
Oh yeah, and you get a couple of familiar names in there. You got Riley Parker, another Parker coming through, and Sophia Buck. Of course, the Buck family's been big for Homestead basketball on both sides, boys and girls, for years.
Yeah, you're talking about Sam Buck on the varsity squad on the boys side right now. And over her back, and Savannah Buck, who is running the point as a freshman there at St. Francis, University of St. Francis. She's a Coug right here in town. You could definitely head on out anytime. Check out that schedule, as that is fun to watch. Talk about a fun team to watch. The boys out there at St. Francis, the men, they are outstanding to watch with Chandler White and VJ Blackman, a couple locals. Transfers as they go near side. 75-45, 49 seconds on the clock left in this championship game. Out of bounds, will stay with Carroll off the foot of Selking. 30-point game. Game has really been in hand since early in the contest. Geiger, such skill. Callie Geiger, she's going to be fun to see how she grows in basketball. I know she'll stay out on the pitch, but we'll see if she turns into a one-sport athlete or if she continues to play the basketball game, because she is highly skilled here on the hardwood.
Very smooth touch when she shoots the ball, too.
Great touch. Seen a couple of jumpers, some threes. Even last night, I think she banked one in from the baseline on a 3-ball, which you don't see very often. 21 seconds left in this championship game. The Homestead Ladies Spartans looking to win their 2nd straight SAC Holiday Tournament, as the foul by Macy Miller, and that will send the freshman to the line. Riley Parker with a chance to get on the scoreboard here in the championship game, Dan. It's got to be pretty exciting for the freshman and her family.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but you know what? I'm willing to bet this is not the only championship game she sees for Homestead.
That's probably a good guess, Dan, no doubt about that. Riley Parker misses the first. Of course, part of this Parker dynasty here at Homestead. And back room, got the roll. You like to see that for the freshman. What a great moment. Gets the bucket. 76-47. 5 seconds on the clock. Miller, 3, can't get it to go. And that's your final. The Homestead Lady Spartans wins their 2nd straight Summit Athletic Conference Holiday Tournament. This one 76-47 on the offensive output and help from Taryn Klein, who hit 3 threes for head coach Rod Parker, and they win the championship game here at Wayne High School. SummitCitySports.com is live right here from Wayne. Dan, final thought here. What'd you think of the Homestead Lady Spartans and their dub here today?
I think it just shows what their strengths are in pretty much every area. And, you know, they did what they were expected to do coming out here today, and they just execute every trip up the court nearly, and they're so hard to beat when that happens. So it's a really intriguing future for this team. They did what they were expected to do here. I really look forward to seeing what they can do in the postseason this year.
Yeah, as we all, there's no doubt about that. Well, I appreciate you, Dan, joining us here today for this afternoon's final. SummitCitySports.com is live. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow us on Facebook, Summit City Sports. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Couple last words here before we sign off. Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. Also, SummitCitySports.com is proud to be partnered with News Sentinel, Allen County's oldest continuous operating business, bringing you the most comprehensive high school athletics coverage in the area. The News Sentinel is available for delivery 6 times a week in Allen County and always online at www.news-sentinel.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here. SummitCitySports.com. We'll send you right now down as Justin Kenny will head down to get you in some interviews as they have the trophy ceremony for the runner-ups here. The Carroll Lady Chargers, what an outstanding tournament they had here at Wayne High School as they are defeated by the number 1 seed Homestead Lady Spartans.
Congratulations to the Parkview Sports Medicine Summit Athletic Conference champion for the second year in a row.
As the PA announcer
Homestead Spartans.
announcing the champions of this 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine Holiday Tournament is Homestead Lady Spartans, as they will announce every player here, and we'll listen to them here with the PA announcer and stick around for some interviews.
Madison Parker. Number 10, Taryn Klein. Number 12, Marissa McLaughlin. Number 14, Sophia Buck. Number 20, Lauren Selking. Number 22, Riley Norton. Number 24, Riley Parker. Number 30, Haley Swing. Number 32, Sydney Graver. Number 34, Jasmine Geist. Number 40, Katie Felker. Number 42, Brianna Lucas. Manager, Alyssa Couch. Manager, Ryan Parker. Manager, Whitney Ankenbrook. Assistant coach, Kara Ankenbrook. Assistant coach, Brittany Hamrick. Varsity assistant
There's the championship basketball being given to the captains of Homestead. What a tournament for the Lady Spartans. They did have the bye as the 1 seed. They defeated the number 8 Lures Lady Knight 79-46. Had a scare last night against the number 5 seed Snyder Lady Panthers. They pulled off that win 59-52. And here today, defeating the number 3 seed, the Carroll Lady Chargers, 76-47. Outstanding win for Homestead. What a tournament for head coach Rod Parker and company. As we are a final here, and we will get you some interviews with Justin Kinney. We'll grab hopefully a couple players and head coach Rod Parker to discuss this win here at Wayne High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, 8:15 this evening, the boys' final of this 2016 Summit Athletic Conference Holiday Tournament, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. We will be live, SummitCitySports.com, right here for that 8:15 tip between the number 1 seed, the Northside Legends, led by Jalen Butts and Keon Brooks Jr., will take on the number 2 seeded Homestead Spartans, led by Jack Ferguson, Parker Mengus, and Brandon Durnell, the TPE trio, as they will lock up tonight, 8:15. It will be packed in here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming out here to Wayne High School, make sure you come here early, as it is going to be extremely packed here and a huge line to get into the gymnasium. So here they cut down the nets. Carissa McLaughlin, the future All-American, will get the first trim. Always an exciting time for a basketball fan. Get a piece of that net. (76-47) your championship. As Justin Kinney's going to grab head coach Rod Parker here mid-court. Give him a second here. As there's Justin with head coach Rod Parker. Justin, thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
All right, thanks, Tim, here with Homestead head coach Rod Parker. Coach, I thought the first quarter in particular came out really ready to play, 32 points. What was the plan going in to start the game?
Well, we really talked about coming out with a lot of energy today. Snyder came out with a lot of energy yesterday. We thought we matched that. We expected Carroll to come out with a lot of energy, and we wanted to set the tone of the game, especially on the defensive end. But I thought we came out in that first quarter, and that 8 minutes was pretty good basketball on both ends.
What was different from yesterday? Was it the energy, or was it some things that Snyder was doing?
Well, Snyder did a great job yesterday defending. I thought we missed some shots early yesterday that would have been nice to make. And, we didn't shoot free throws very well yesterday, missed some layups, and you got to put the basketball in the hole. But all in all, I thought Snyder played a very good game against us yesterday. Carroll came out, but I just think we kind of overwhelmed him in that first quarter and set the tone of the game.
You guys win this championship for the second straight year. How does this take you into the second half of the season and maybe give you some extra momentum heading into a very difficult schedule and the postseason?
Well, and our schedule gets very difficult, but this gives us some good momentum. Getting to play in this tournament as I said, was one of the best things about joining the SAC, to have a midseason sectional. And I think we learned a lot from it, from the 2 games that we won against Lures and today against Carroll. And we learned a lot from the game yesterday that was a little bit tighter against Snyder, and a good experience for us. So I think it gives us a lot to build upon as we move into that tough stretch in January. I don't think it was a wake-up call. We expected them to play this very time. We've been with our schedule.
Now there's Justin Kinney with head coach Rod Parker. Interesting comments there. Talk about the strong challenge they had last night against the Snyder Lady Panthers, as it was a barn burner, only winning by 7, and moved on to this final, which was a dominating performance, 76-47. Carissa McLaughlin led her club with 21 points unofficially, as Justin Kinney will head and try to grab us a player or two to hear a word from, as these kids deserve all the credit in the world. These student athletes here in the Summit Athletic Conference put in so much work and dedication for moments like this to pull off a championship win here in the 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine SAC Holiday Tournament. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. And like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As the ceremony continues, Lauren Selking up there with the net cutting. It's like Justin Kenny's going to grab Carissa McLaughlin for us here in a second and get a word. As Justin Kenny standing with Carissa McLaughlin.
All right, thanks, Tim. Here with Carissa McLaughlin, Homestead senior. Carissa, the start to this game, 32 points in the first quarter. After yesterday's close game, was that the goal to start the game off, really start off strong?
Definitely. I think that first quarter we came out so strong. We were hitting big-time shots. We were passing the ball super well. We had all the motivation after last night's game, and Snyder was a great team, but we knew this was a championship that we really wanted needed. First championship of many that we really want to get, and so we had a lot of motivation to go out here and get the win today.
What does a game like yesterday do for you in the city? Because let's be honest, not a lot of teams in the city can really hang with you guys.
Playing Snyder last night, it just shows that anyone can beat us any given time because everyone's out there to get us. We get everyone's best shot. Snyder, they're a great team, but we have to play them again, so we look forward to playing them again. They're super athletic, play hard, and so many of the city teams, they come out and they want to win. They're never going to give up. None of the SAC teams, they never give up. There are fighters out there, and I appreciate all their competitiveness, and it's just great to be in the SAC.
How does this championship propel you guys into the second half of the season?
This is a great midseason tournament. We have Lawrence North next coming up. Really athletic as well, which is great that we played Snyder yesterday. Really similar, so we're going to have to play up to their pace. They're going to want to run. They're going to want to, so we definitely have to get back on defense. In this next couple practices, we just have to focus and never be satisfied with where we are. Just keep getting better and keep motivating each other and just keep moving forward.
All right, Carissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin. There with Carissa McLaughlin. SummitCitySports.com. Coming to you live right here from Wayne High School. Jeff Mahoney on the camera. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. We've been here all week long. Coming to you live from Wayne, Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of SummitCitySports.com. Take a second to thank our sponsor, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, Inc. Sports Center, Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center, Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. What a good look there. Haley Swing getting the chance and her turn to take a piece of the net here at Wayne High School. What a great feeling. Second in a row for the Lady Spartans as they continue the winning ways here in the Summit Athletic Conference. Just their second year in the conference, and they are proving their mettle here against the fellow competitions in this city. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live 8:15 p.m. this evening. SummitCitySports.com. You can follow it on Twitter, watch it on Facebook, or our YouTube channel, Summit City Sports. Tim Atkinson will be back calling your play-by-play. We'll have Justin Kinney from the News Sentinel join us. Dan Vance, of course, here with us as well to bring you some different perspective and some outside color for this Indiana High School 2016 Parkview Sports Medicine Summit Athletic Conference Holiday Tournament. Looks like Justin Kinney's trying to get another player here for us. 76-47. Congratulations to the Homestead Lady Spartans. As you heard from Carissa McLaughlin, they schedule so tremendously for Homestead. They will play Lawrence North in their next game, the next matchup after the new year, as they travel to Chicago, Indy, Ohio. They'll play everyone and anyone in the state or surrounding states, as they want to prepare themselves to get past that semi-state, which stopped them last year against that Penn Lady Kingsmen. As we will sign off here, ladies and gentlemen, been an outstanding first game of our doubleheader here at Wayne High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Congratulations to the Homestead Lady Spartans, the #1 seed in this tournament. They prove it and defeat the Carroll Lady Chargers, the #3 seed, 76-47. For Dan Vance, Jeff Mahoney, this is Tim Atkinson and SummitCitySports.com. Thanks for joining us. Tune back in 8:15 tonight for the Boys Championship.